good position. There's the chance, and it's the perfect start for Arsenal. And an answer to a question. Aubameyang, the game carries on. Aubameyang's in. Oh, that's a brilliant finish. Ceballos, untouched by Nketiah.
Delightful 1-2. Great football and a brilliant goal from Arsenal. And young Nketiah.
There. Ben White's in quickly, and then Smith Rowe gets the goal for Arsenal. Emil Smith Rowe does it again. Martinelli. Tries one. Martinelli. Jorginho. Oh, he's in. Oh, it's gone in. What a moment for Arsenal.
Big up all, thank you all for coming. Yeah, we've got the podcast today. It's just me at the moment, but we are expecting a few guests. I'm having a very, very bad hair day. Wrong button. Right, that's better. I'm having a very bad hair day. What we're going to be going over today, we've got transfer news. Now we've got Nketiah and Smith Rowe back in the team. Making an impact, getting some contributions. We got transfer news, Ramsdale, Marc Guehi, even hearing a weird one about Tony Kroos. But we're also going to be talking about the West Ham versus Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. I'm going to leave that for later in the stream because when we get the guests on, that'll probably be the best time to do it. So we'll start with the transfer news, and we'll start off with Aaron Ramsdale. Coming in from Football Insider. Who knows how reliable they are. Written by Pete O'Ducky. Okay. Sources: Arsenal could sell Ramsdale next summer in surprise U-turn. Arsenal could now part ways with goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale next summer. Sources have told Football Insider it is believed the 25-year-old could be sold in 2024, with the Gunners then free to go back into the market and sign a clear number 2 shot stopper. For me, I'm only a few words into this article, a few sentences, and I'm already disagreeing with it. One, we should not be selling. We should not be selling Aaron Ramsdale. Number two, we shouldn't be getting a clear number two either. We just shouldn't sell Aaron Ramsdale. We should be playing Aaron Ramsdale. For me, he's the number one. He should be playing ahead of David Raya. And, hopefully it's not long now until he is playing ahead of Raya, because at the end of the day, I think he's the better goalkeeper. Most of the fan base think he's the better goalkeeper. And, he just needs to be playing. Ramsdale has been unhappy with his second string status since David Raya's introduction and wants a move elsewhere to get regular first team football. I don't blame the guy. I really don't blame the guy. He's such a quality goalkeeper. Such a quality goalkeeper. For him to be sitting on the bench, being second choice, no, it just doesn't make sense. If he's not going to get game time at Arsenal, he needs to move and get game time somewhere else, because at the end of the day, he's 25 years old. He's going to have a long career. Knowing Aaron Ramsdale, you can tell by watching training videos, all of this stuff. He's not just a top footballer, top goalkeeper. He's a top lad as well. And he's one of those faces in the dressing room that it would be such a shame to lose him. And I think it would come to some cost as well. I think letting a player go of Aaron Ramsdale's quality, not just qualities on the pitch, but off the pitch, it would be a huge miss for Arsenal. And however, Arsenal are unwilling to let the England international leave the club in the January transfer window, which I think is good. Hopefully, he's playing from now until the end of the season, because then he won't want to leave, will he? He'll want to stay. And, I think he's the better goalkeeper. I think he's miles better. Ever since David Raya started playing, I haven't really felt confidence. Yes, he's kept more clean sheets. Yes, you can go on about his passing stats and all of that stuff, but nah. I think if we're getting rid of the goalkeeper, it should be David Raya. He's not been as good as Ramsdale has. He just hasn't. And yes, it is believed Ramsdale wants regular first team football, not just to stake his claim. I think I'm reading that right. Not just to stake his claim in the Free Lions ahead of Euro 2024, but to keep his career on track with crucial minutes and development, which I fully agree with. For me, he should be playing for England either way. I think he's better than Pickford as well. He's better than Pickford, better than David Raya. He's one of the best in the league, in my opinion. So if he wants to play in the Euros team, because obviously Southgate is a massive Pickford fan. It's the only way of putting it. He's a massive Pickford fan. The only way that Ramsdale will get into that team is regular game time, playing for a top level club, which, by the way, he is doing now. But he's also got to keep clean sheets, which I think is something that he's struggled to do. And I think the problem with that is having Zinchenko at left back. Yes, he can invert. Yes, he's really good going forward. But I don't think we should be playing him at fullback. I think we should be playing him in the midfield. I think we should be playing Zinchenko in the midfield. Keep him at left back. I'd say keep him as number 2 at left back until Timber comes back, and then have Timber and Tomiyasu as the 2 left backs and move Zinchenko into midfield. Because if Timber's coming back around the January time, then yeah, we can sign a right back for cover for Ben White, because for me, Cedric's not good enough for this football club. Cedric is nowhere near good enough for this football club. He should be gone. Yes, he's a top lad, and I do hope he gets his coaching badges soon, but no, I don't think he's good enough. Let's read through a bit more. Arsenal choosing to sell the shot stopper could have been a surprise U-turn for Nketiah, who was initially adamant about having two great goalkeepers in his squad after David Raya's arrival. But the Spain international has dominated the team sheet in the last month, playing 9 straight games in the Premier League and Champions League. Ramsdale's only appearance came in the League Cup win over Brentford last month, as Raya was. No, he could play. Brentford said he could play, but Arsenal paid £3 million to the Bees on a season-long loan, and will pay Thomas Frank a further £27 million to land him permanently. Meanwhile, Ramsdale has been subject to reported interest of Chelsea. If he goes to Chelsea, he'll smash it. It pains me to say it, but if this guy goes to Chelsea, Aaron Ramsdale, please do not go to Chelsea, anywhere but Chelsea. But yeah, I'm going to finish reading through this, and then we're going to invite guest number 1 of 2 on. The other one is running late. He's coming on now, though. It's not his problem, though. To be fair, he's doing a streamer's zone, so we'll let him off. He kept 15 clean sheets in 41 games over last season, which, yeah, numbers aren't great, but it doesn't really help that, we had Saliba gone. We were playing Zinchenko at left back. I do like Zinchenko. I just don't feel we're using him correctly. Yes, he's brilliant when it comes to inverting and going forward, but defending, when you're playing in a defensive back line, you've got to be good at defending, and I think he lacks that a little bit. So I say push him into midfield. Yes, that's pretty much it with the Aaron Ramsdale situation, but we're going to go to Rory now. To be completely honest, mate, I think I've got a worse trim than you today. I'm having such a bad hair day, but
you could say that.
Yeah, but
I'm literally not safe anywhere.
Yeah, but listen, mate, I've just gone over the whole Aaron Ramsdale situation. There were rumours today coming out that Arsenal are willing to sell him next summer in 2024. For me, I don't think we should be letting him go. Such a good keeper, and David Raya, he's had his moments, but I don't think I've ever felt confident with him as the number 1 choice. So, give me your thoughts on the whole goalkeeper situation. Who do you think should be starting? Who do you think, do you think Aaron Ramsdale should go? Would it be better for him, for his career? And what do you think Arsenal are going to do?
Well, this whole goalkeeping situation, as I said on your last stream, just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because the guy, for a start, when we first bought in David Raya, he wanted competition, and he's just going to let one go. Especially to Chelsea as well. We've seen over the years, whenever we have sold our players to Chelsea, they've always brought success. I mean, we can name Giroud, Fabregas, who else? Like the only
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole. I mean, it's not looking good for Ramsdale, and I do feel sorry for him, especially the fact he has been through a lot so far this year. And selling him to Chelsea after signing him up on a new contract for a start and, providing competition, then what was the point letting Matt Turner go? Right, who's going to be our backup goalkeeper? That's
exactly.
That's the problem. I find with this this goalkeeping scenario, right? You let go of Ramsdale, and then we're back in the same situation when we first sold Matt Turner. So, man, it's not looking good for Ramsdale, as I said, and to Chelsea is just nah. I don't want to see that happen. And just because I am somewhat defending David Raya, it doesn't mean I don't like Ramsdale. Ramsdale's been a key part of Arteta's tactics, especially playing out from the back. So I don't know what is going to happen with this goalkeeping situation, but as far as I'm concerned, it won't surprise me considering the fact Ramsdale got us into a Champions League spot in the first place, and the fact he hasn't really done anything wrong to warrant a drop in. I can see him going, I can't lie.
Well, I mean, I'd hate to see him leave, you know. I've already said, you know, he's not just good on the pitch, it's, you know, he's good off the pitch as well. He helps the team out, you know.
Yeah.
He's a great character to have in the dressing room as well. But gonna go to Josh now. Big up to you. Thanks for
Big up,
coming
man.
along. How you doing, my man?
I'm all good, man. Sorry I'm late. I obviously had to do a stream. And
Yeah,
it's all
no
ran
worries.
over, so yeah, sorry about that. But I'm all good, man. Big up Rory as well. You all good? Tom, you good as
Yeah.
well?
All good.
Yeah, good.
Big up, man.
But yeah, we've both just gone over the whole goalkeeping situation. Rumors coming out today that Aaron Ramsdale could be on his way out. Reports coming out saying Chelsea are the favourites. But we both hope that it doesn't happen. What are your thoughts on the whole goalkeeping situation? Because,
Yeah,
you know, I haven't felt comfortable with Raya, but go on.
I agree. Like, I don't want to see this happen. I think with this whole goalkeeper situation, you know, Raya and Ramsdale, firstly, I think it was, you know, it sort of came out of the blue when we signed Raya because of how good Ramsdale was like last season for us, you know, and people seem to forget Ramsdale was one of the main reasons why, you know, we're playing Champions League football this season, as well as why we were in a title race, you know, last season as well. I think it's a big part of that. I think, you know, that yes, there's games where he looked very, you know, made a few mistakes, but there's also games where man saved us. I mean, I remember the game comes to mind straight away, you know, against Liverpool at Anfield, where, you know, with you know 2-2, and he made that save from Salah, and he made that big save from Nketiah as well. So I think Ramsdale was quality last season, but just because a new goalkeeper's coming in David Raya, it's kind of like, you know, it's like a new toy, and like, you know, we want to like. I mean, I don't get it. Like, we got two. This is how I look at it. I think we've got two quality goalkeepers now in Raya and Ramsdale. And I hear what people say where Ramsdale's not going to be happy, as we know. He wants to play number one. You know, he wants to be number one. He wants game time. You know, and is he going to get that at the moment? Well, it doesn't look like it, does it? Because Raya's been Arteta seems to favour Raya. You know, Arteta wanted Raya as well. I'm pretty sure before we even got Ramsdale. So Arteta has always been a fan of Raya. And he's been playing him, of course, as we know. He's pretty much on number one. So Ramsdale's obviously not happy with it. But so at the same time, I do see, if he don't get enough game time, Ramsdale, I do see him leaving. I do see him going, and I don't want that to happen personally, but I look at it as a player perspective and a player point of view. If I was Ramsdale, I'd be fuming, to be honest. Because let's be real with it. Like, yes, Raya is a decent goalkeeper, but he's been shaky. You know, the past recent, you know, couple of games. He really has, in my opinion. You know, I'll go back to the game against when we played Champions League against Lens, when we played against Man City, even when we played against Sevilla as well. You know, when man came out like Superman and they almost went behind him. But, you know, I think he's a decent goalkeeper as well, right? I think there's, you know, there's good as each other in a respect, because I think some you know, Ramsdale has better aspects to his game than Raya, and Raya has better aspects to, you know, to his game than Ramsdale does, in my opinion. I think, you know, distribution wise, you know, we're seeing Raya go long a few times, and we haven't really had that player up front to really, you know, bring it down and hold up play that much. You know, we've got Jesus, can't really do that. Eddie can't really do that as well. So I think you saw it, especially at Brentford as well, with someone like Ivan Toney up front. I think, you know, you saw how that worked out really well, and he's trying out Arsenal, didn't really work out. But look, for me, man, I look at it, and my opinion is we've got two quality goalkeepers, yeah? We haven't had this in ages. We haven't had two quality goalkeepers back in years, you know? So I just think I don't get the abuse that Ramsdale receives. The fans were singing his name. The fans were singing Ramsdale's name, weren't they, against Chelsea? You know, when Raya was in goal. I mean, that is what I just find embarrassing. I really do. But look, man, I think we've got 2 quality goalkeepers. Having said that, I think if look at Ramsdale, I mean, if he's going to play Carabao Cup matches, he's going to want to leave. He's going to want to leave. And Chelsea as well. We can't let this guy go Chelsea, man. We can't let this guy go Chelsea. So personally, I'll keep him. I think this guy deserves a chance now to go back and goal as well. But yeah, I think we've got to keep him 100%.
Yeah, man. I agree completely. From a player's perspective, moving away from the club, the Euros are coming up. He's going to want to be a part of that England squad. He's going to want to be England number 1. Even the status that he's in now, I still think he's better than Jordan Pickford. So he should be starting either
To
way.
also point out, he's also been chosen for the team of the year. Like, he hasn't been chosen for no reason here.
But,
so he has every right to be disappointed with the lack of playing time he's received at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to move on now to Marc Guehi, because more talk coming out today that Arsenal are interested. I think we need a centre back, to be completely honest. We've got Saliba and Gabriel, but then we've only really got Kivior. I think as much as people didn't really like Rob Holding, I think letting him go could have been a mistake, but we'll see, because Marc Guehi's better than Rob Holding. But Arsenal are in the hunt to sign Crystal Palace star Marc Guehi. The Gunners are huge admirers of Guehi, but no, the centre-back is not on the market for the time being. Meanwhile, Mikel Arteta is considering recalling winger Marquinhos as backup from loan in January, according to reports. We'll talk about Marc Guehi first, because to be completely honest, I didn't read that part about Marquinhos, so that could be quite interesting. But for me, I think we need a centre-back. Marc Guehi, I think he's brilliant. He's had a few moments this season where I wouldn't say he's error prone, but he's made a few little mistakes here and there this season. But yeah, I think he'd be a great option to have in the squad. I think he brings depth where needed, and yeah, overall, I think we should do it. Josh, I'm going to come to you first on this one. What are your thoughts on Marc Guehi, and do you think we should be going in for him?
I think we should definitely be going in for another centre back, as you said. I think I look at Marc Guehi and I agree. I think he's a half decent centre back. I really do. I remember his first season when he had a patch of Vieira, and he was quality. Ever since then he hasn't really lived up to how he was playing under Vieira, to be honest. But I still rate him. I still think he's a decent Prem proven as well. He does have that Prem experience in him. And I think as a backup as well, because this one is this guy's going to come in if we do go for him. He's not getting over Saliba, he's not getting over Gabriel, is he? So as a good squad player, 100%, I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it, and I think look, if you go for another centre back, I do think there's some decent centre backs out there that we could maybe go for instead of Marc Guehi. I think the main one that springs to mind that Arsenal fans have been raving on about as well is that Sporting guy. I think it's Usman. No, Usman Diomande.
Oh yeah, Diomande.
Diomande. I think that's what many Arsenal fans are going. I've seen a lot of the guy, but he did play against us. I think the Emirates game when we got knocked out by them. So I've seen a few clips of him. I mean, he looks pretty decent as well. But I agree. I definitely think we need another centre back. I really do. Because we've got Timber coming back as well, who can't play centre back as we know. But yeah, I definitely think, because now obviously we got rid of Holding, as you said, we've only can really play Kivior there. So I definitely think, especially if we're going to be challenging for the league titles and going for Champions Leagues as well as years go on, I think you're going to need a big, I think we need to strengthen in that position. And I wouldn't mind Marc Guehi. I think he'd be a great signing, to be honest.
Yeah, man, I agree. I'm gonna come to Rory next, and go ask the same question. But also, so firstly, what are your thoughts on Marc Guehi? And secondly, how much do you think, say we were going in for him, how much do you think, one, he'd cost, and two, how much would you pay for him?
Well, if he's the only option out there, then I would splash 30 to 35 million pounds at max. I don't think he's worth any more than that. Whether I would take him or not, you may disagree, but I wouldn't.
Okay.
I think he's highly overhyped. I can't lie. Right? If we were going to go after this guy, although I would take him, I can't lie, but as Josh said, there are better options, and we are buying the wrong centre-back. I think Anderson is head and shoulders above Guehi.
Oh, yeah.
I can't lie.
That's a good shout as
Interesting.
well. He's good as well. Yeah, he's good.
So
I swear-
for me,
Is that not the one that Lucas said is an awful
Yeah,
report?
yeah.
I honestly don't know what he is smoking. I really don't.
Yeah.
About Anderson being crap. He has been Crystal Palace's best player so far this season. He is the reason why they have conceded less goals than they did last season. And I know he started the majority of their games last season, but he seems to get a lot better than last season. So for me, Anderson's the better player, whether you like it or not. And I don't see the point in going for a Marc Guehi once we have like 5 centre-halves that are better than him. Right? I would rather Tomiyasu
Oh yeah, Tomiyasu could be there
than
as well.
Marc Guehi. People are forgetting we've still got Timber to come back from injury. And once we do have Timber returning back from injury, right, our defence is in good shape because we would have versatility there because Timber can play on both sides, and of course he can fill in at centre half as well. So we don't need Marc Guehi at all. And in terms of the player, I think he's very overhyped. And again, as I said, Anderson is much better. I feel like he's sustaining him the majority of the time this season, and I'm not saying he's not a good centre back or anything, but people are acting like he is one of the best and he's worth 60 to 70 million, and that's what I've been hearing from Crystal Palace fans. And I'm like, are you smoking weed?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on Stellars, for fuck's sake? 70 million for Marc Guehi? Nah, come
no
on.
chance.
And another thing as well, he wouldn't play.
No.
Let's be totally honest here. He's not going to play at Arsenal. So, mate, this is a no-no for me. I feel like there's better options. I'll take Diamande. I would take the RB Leipzig centre-half. What's his name? I can't remember.
Simakan?
Simakan, or they've got another centre-half. I can't remember his name. I signed him with a flipping career mode. How have I forgotten his name?
I'll have a look.
Wait, Klosterman? Is that him? Klosterman?
No, not Klosterman.
Hendricks?
No, he's like 21 years of age.
Lukaba.
Yeah, him.
Oh,
I
Luca
would
Bar,
take him as
yeah.
well. So again, there is other options out there that are better than a Marc Guehi. So that's just me. I just don't rate him at all. And I think teams will soon realise that he's not all of that. And you know, the only reason why he has been linked with the likes of City, Man United, is because he's been called up to the England squad. That's about it. And I know he is playing for Crystal Palace, but Anderson for me has been one of the best centre-halves in the Premier League, if you ask me. You can't really downplay someone's attributes because of the team they are playing. Well, I just did with Marc Guehi, but you can't overplay. That's what I'm trying to say. Overplay someone's attributes because of their club that they're playing for. I mean, if you're not performing, then you're worse than that, aren't you? So, look, Marc Guehi, isn't a guy I would go for. As I said, there's better options, and I think he's very overhyped by not just Chelsea fans. Of course, he was at Chelsea before, but also Crystal Palace fans.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Obviously Marc Guehi, you know, had a few England call-ups, had a few apps as well. But we'll move on now to the game, because I was gonna do Hale Ends, like the academy stuff, like Nketiah and Smith Rowe all coming back, but I think I'll save that for another stream, because I'd like to go into more depth with that. So we're just gonna go straight into the West Ham game. You know, West Ham, I don't know about you guys, but I think they've had a pretty good start to the season. I think they've got a good team. They can field a very, very solid 11. I think the depth is somewhat there. You know, you've got players like Kudus. You know, they've got. I think the only real thing that they might be lacking, like properly, is a proper number 9.
Yeah.
They've got a few number 9s, but I don't think I really rate them like highly, because you know you got Danny Ings, who is a bit mid, and then you've also got Antonio, who, yeah, he's decent, but I wouldn't say he's anything better than that. So yeah, first question for you guys, what do you think of this current West Ham team, Rory?
Well, obviously, I don't have many soft spots for West Ham. You know that already, because they've been very obsessed with us, especially, you know, at the start of the season. Are you watching Declan Rice? Blah blah blah, because they were top of the league at one point. I feel like they have, what's the term? I feel like they have, you know, gone off form over the last couple of weeks. I feel like David Moyes is starting to get found out. In fact, I thought he got found out last season, the majority of the time. And obviously, I am happy to see West Ham are completely silent with the whole Declan Rice saga, and the fact they were very obsessed with us when we did sign Declan Rice, and we were below them at one point. So obviously, because it's a London derby, no sympathy whatsoever. I feel like the current first 11 isn't actually too bad. I think Ward-Prowse has been very good for them. Alvarez has been decent. Kudus is the guy that I am slightly jealous about. I felt like we really should have gone after him in the summer. Danny Ings has been hit and miss. Who else have they got? Cornet has already played. Of course, we've got Mavropanos as well at centre back. He hasn't started particularly very well. And it told me when they played, I think it was Olympiacos on Thursday night in the Europa League, that their depth isn't as good as people thought it would be. I mean, it's easier said than done. Their second team looks good on paper. It's just when they perform out on the pitch, yeah, they just don't seem right at the moment. And yeah, I feel like Arsenal have to take this advantage, because I think West Ham will go for a rotated side. I think we will go for our second string team as well, with a couple of senior players on the bench to potentially change the game. But it could go either way. It's another one of them Premier League oppositions. We would have loved Swindon, like at this stage of the Carabao Cup. I don't even know if they are still in the Carabao Cup, to be honest. But something like that. And we haven't had one yet. We've had 2 Premier League teams back to back. So, look, I don't rate West Ham that highly. I can't lie. I don't think they play attacking brand of football. I feel like, they need a mega rebuild. And it starts with the goalkeeper, to be honest. I don't think Areola is that great. Not the same goalkeeper as he was when he was at Fulham, the last time he was in the Premier League. Fabianski's getting on. The defence, I mean, Kurt Zuma's been brilliant for them. However, I feel like they need someone to pair him. Emerson, I mean, he's getting on a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Who's their right back?
Kufal.
or Johnson.
Yeah, Kufal. I mean, he was average last season.
They've got to start playing Ben Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's decent.
Because, he's still young, so
I mean, Ben Johnson's been hit and miss as well for them.
Yeah, I still think if you play him, then maybe you'll get more out of him than Kufal. But
I mean, the only two players I do rate at West Ham are Ben Rama and Kudus. That's it.
What about?
And they're both not starting for them.
What about Lucas Paqueta?
Oh, Lucas Paqueta I rate, to be honest.
Yeah. Not even Bowen.
Well, that's it. Who?
Bowen. Joe Bowen.
No. Overrated.
Wow.
He started the season well, but come on.
He was pretty good a few years ago as well.
Yeah, but last season, like, of course, it always happens when a player has a terrible season. They always turn up against Arsenal, don't they?
Yeah.
So
I thought Ryan Bruce was going to score. When I first saw that,
Mudryk scored against us.
But yeah, thanks for that. We'll come back to you in a minute, Josh.
Yeah.
Yes, you're there. Thoughts on this current West Ham team, and where do you think, what do you think they're going to do this season?
Yeah, I think they had a decent start this season, but obviously the form recently have been horrendous for them. They obviously lost to Everton. They got piped by Aston Villa 4-1. They obviously lost midweek as well against Olympiacos in Europa League. So they're definitely been in decline recently in terms of their form. I think they got some good players though, man. I really do. As Rory said, I think the main one I'm worried about the most is Mohamed Kudus, because we could have got him. I think even when he's at Ajax, I was a big fan of that guy because he's very versatile. Can play on the right, centre forward, winner as well, and attacking midfielder, number 8. Like, man can play everywhere in the attack. So yeah, I'm really worried about him. I think we can't give that guy too much time or space because he will punish us. I think Lucas Paqueta as well. He's actually banned as well for Saturday because he got too many yellow cards, so he'll most likely play. So yeah, we definitely we've got to watch out for him. I think he's a quality player. But no, man, I think they've been all. I'm not gonna underestimate West Ham. I'm not, because obviously we played them last season. I know it's Premier League and this is Carabao Cup, but last season, we all saw what happened. We went 2-0 up, and we capitulated in the end. And yes, Saka missed the penalty, and it could have been a different game if he scored that. We would have won the game 3-1. But we only dropped 2 points to them, so I can really never underestimate West Ham. I think it will be a tough game. I think both teams are definitely going to rotate their squads as well because it is Carabao Cup. But how do I think West Ham will do this season? You know what? I said to the West Ham fan I was like, those fans, West Ham fans, should review it at Christmas in terms of like David Moyes, because Europa League, if they get out of the group, it's going to be tough to win it with the teams in it, by the way. Like, you've got Liverpool, Brighton, you've got teams coming down from Champions League as well, like, you can't forget. So that'll be very tough to win Europa League. But if they get out of the group stage, go far in that, they can go for like a nice Europa League run. Definitely try and get Carabao Cup, FA Cup in there as well. Try and get in some good ones there. And like, honestly, in terms of the league form, I reckon they're going to get mid-table, man. I reckon they get mid-table. I don't think they win anything, because let's be honest, do they really win anything? Oh, actually, to be fair, they won the Conference League, but other than that, they don't really win trophies. Like, they haven't won the FA Cup in years. They haven't won the Carabao Cup in years. So yeah, I reckon a mid-table finish for West Ham, but I think it's going to be a very good game tomorrow, Wednesday, man. I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm not going to underestimate them as well, man.
Don't you also think? Sorry to cut you off, but don't
That's
you also
right.
think? Say if West Ham do qualify out of the Europa League group stages and they got knocked out straight away in like the round of 32 or round of 16, do you reckon still David Moyes should keep his job? Because like I know Arsenal standards and West Ham standards are different, but West Ham at the moment have that European pedigree, don't they? They won a European trophy last year, and then the season before they reached the semi-finals. Do you reckon that David Moyes should still keep his job? Because I think regardless, like if they were going to reach another semi-finals or quarterfinals, whatever, then yeah, you keep him in the job. But say if he gets knocked out of the round of 32, round of 16 for any of the big boys, like properly into that stage, then you've got to pull the plug and let him go, don't you?
Of course, yeah. Like this is what the West Ham fan was saying on my channel. He's like, he gets one more season. I think this is David Moyes' last year at West Ham. I really do, and I think fair play because he won the Conference League. He won West Ham a European trophy, so fair play for him on that. But I think it's time for him to go. For them this season, I think we were discussing managers that they could possibly get. I mean, there's a few good names out there. Like someone said Graham Potter for West Ham. Obviously, I don't really rate him, but for a club like West Ham, I think that'd be a good appointment for them. You
Frank Lampard.
Oh, Frank Lampard, yeah. Give them Frank Lampard, yeah. But you got managers like the Leipzig manager, the Marco Rosa guy. I think he could be decent for them. Like maybe Xabi Alonso, he's doing really well at Leverkusen. Maybe bring him to the Premier League or something. But yeah, I definitely think David Moyes is going to be gone this season for West Ham.
Is that your lookalike?
Who?
Frank Lampard.
What? No, not another one. Frank Lampard? Are you serious?
Right, we're running out of time. Josh has another show to do, so we're going to keep it quick now. I'm going to go to Josh again, actually. I don't know why I took you off the big screen, but I'm going to go to you again. Just quickly, what would your lineup be?
I'll definitely rotate, and I think Arteta will. I think Ramsdale has to go and goal. Back four for me. Now, in my preview, I put Cedric Suarez at the right back. I put Cedric, the dog trainer, at right back because...
Now, listen here, right? I know we've got to rotate, but not that far.
Because then I'm going to play Tomiyasu centre back because he played really well there against what's his name against Brentford, didn't he? So I want to see
this is a Premier League opposition here.
Yeah, but so are Brentford.
We didn't start Cedric though against Brentford.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
No, we didn't. It was Ben White.
Was it Ben White right back against Brentford?
Ben White, Tomiyasu, and then Gabriel.
Yeah, but Tomiyasu played centre back, no?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, Tomiyasu centre back, Cedric right back. Because no, I'm not going to risk Ben White, man. Who else you play right back then if you're going to put Tomiyasu centre back? There's no one else, is there? So I'm going to have to go with Cedric, or you risk Ben White, whatever. But I'm going to give my man Cedric Suarez.
Your man.
Do you know what? I don't even think he's fit because he was watching from the stands, weren't he, against Sheffield next to Jesus?
Yeah.
So
I don't think he'll be fit.
I don't fucking throw Ben White in there. Then go on. Tomiyasu, I don't know. We'll go Kiev, your left centre back as well. I think he was excellent against Sheffield United, and I'd like to see him again play there. And then obviously goes Zinchenko left back. The midfield for me, El Messi, mate, El Neni. I'm throwing El Neni in. Jorginho alongside him. Smith Rowe in front of them. Nelson, I'm going to play on the left. Fabio Vieira, teabag from Prison Break, I'm going to play on the right. And I'm going to play Kai Havertz. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to play Kai Havertz as the main striker.
Yeah, right. Rory, you're next. Let's have another Kai Havertz. What would your team be?
Ramsdale in goal.
We've got
Then
Kai
right
Havertz
back.
picking Kai Havertz, right?
Yeah,
Go.
come on. I've got to pick. I've got to pick.
There's
me,
slight
man.
bias there, I'm predicting.
Yeah. But Ramsdale in
Yeah,
goal.
Ramsdale in goal. And then I'll go Ben White right back, Kivior, Gabriel as the two centre halves, and then Zinchenko left back. And then the midfield, Jorginho, Rice, and then Smith Rowe. Right wing Nelson, left wing Trossard, and then up top Nketiah, because we have no one else to play up top, have we? I feel like we've got to go strong in this game. I think we can get away with starting Gabriel because he is very reliable in terms of selection. So, yeah, I think Gabriel should start this game, especially the fact he didn't play against Sheffield United. So I think maybe we can throw him in. Kivior as well. Or, you know what? I'll take Ben White out and then I'll go Tomiyasu right back and then Kivior, Gabriel, Zinchenko and then Jorginho, Rice, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Trossard and then Nketiah up top.
Well, funny that because I did my lineup before I watched Josh's stream, before I did any of this, and I've practically gone exactly the same. I've gone Ramsdale in goal.
Other than Elneny.
Yeah, I've got Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, Kivior, Gabriel, and then Zinchenko as the back line. Jorginho and Elneny. I think Elneny should play, and Jorginho as well. Smith Rowe ahead of them. Reece Nelson and Trossard, and then Nketiah up top. Can
we risk that midfield against a Lucas Paqueta or a Kudus, whatever?
I mean,
because
there's that, and
there's also
the fact that I don't really want to risk someone like Declan Rice. I know he's got a great injury record when it comes to avoiding them, but I don't really want to risk anything. And then,
what's wrong with Elneny though, man? He does the job, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know. It's just I want to take this competition seriously. Man City want to win everything. I want to win.
Yeah, that's why we've not put Cedric in.
What? Yeah, that's why I haven't put Cedric in. Do you want to win or not?
Exactly, right.
Now, win the Freddie Mercury competition, innit? The Freddie Mercury lookalike competitions. We can win that if we start Cedric.
Yeah, I'm going to get onto the squad predictions now. We'll work our way from the bottom. We'll start with Josh. What's your score prediction? How do you think the game's going to go?
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, and we're going to win 4-2 on penalties.
Oh my God, you're making this really difficult for me.
Oh yeah, sorry. Wait, what are you using? Is that PowerPoint?
No, it's Google Slides.
Oh, Google Slides.
Google.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to fit this. Oh. Right, that'll do.
Lovely.
You can still see it.
Yeah.
But Rory, what about you?
Luckily, I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh, thank you. Oh, now
How big is
really
that too?
I might have to find a different way of writing these score predictions down. I've tried being creative, look, but yeah. I've also gone with 1-1. I think we win 5-4 on pens. I'm just going to do that. I really can't be bothered. But Josh, who scores for you?
I'm going to go with goal scorers Fabio Vieira, and from West Ham, I'm going to go Mohamed Kudus. He's most.
Can we even fit that on?
Oh, MK.
MK Dons.
Who? Yeah. Right, Rory. Who's scoring for you? I'm going to use this great big lump of space.
I'm gonna say Reece. No, not Reece Nelson. I'm gonna go Smith Rowe and Nketiah. He does like scoring against, against these oppositions. Although West Ham are a good side, but yeah. What I'm trying to say is he loves scoring against. Not against. He loves scoring in the Carabao Cup, doesn't he? So, and then I'll go Ben Rama to score against West Ham. It's written in the stars, isn't it? He's going to score a penalty.
Is he number 22? Yeah, he's number 22. But yeah, for me, I'm going Eddie Nketiah, my boy. He's scoring again. Why not? And then for West Ham,
Mavropanos.
Oh God.
probably.
Fabianski from a corner. Why not?
Who's scoring? Try and think. Yeah, you know what? Mavropanos.
Oh my God.
It's written in the stars. Mavropanos. And then, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to win, but it will be on pens. That's going to wrap the stream up. I'm just going to go through your final comments. Jordan Purchell says, big up. Thank you. Big up to you. We need 20 likes on the stream, not 3.
Is this Luca?
I know. How many likes we on? How many likes we on? Let's have a look. 5 likes. 5 likes. We take it. Respectable. Jordan Hyman's in the chat. Big up. He has literally copy and pasted Jordan Purchell's chat. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you. I love this channel. Keep it up. Thank you. It's all Jordans in the chat today.
Yeah.
Big up, Rory, Tom, Josh, you too. Great stream. German emojis.
German, yeah.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Josh has got a podcast, so yeah, I'll see you all soon. Oh.